Welcome to the introduction of the out-of-town application. This video demonstrates the process of configuring inputs, outputs, and managing the game schedule. Follow along on screen or with your own Daktronics equipment as we demonstrate the functionality. When opening the application, you will be redirected to the Venus Control Suite login screen. Use your facility's Venus Control Suite credentials to log in. Once logged in, enable the appropriate leagues from the Input page on the Leagues tab. All leagues will be disabled by default. Leagues are sorted by MLB, then by class. Use the Team tab to disable any teams to prevent them from showing on the display. The Schedule tab reveals the available games from the enabled leagues and teams. The Schedule tab must be refreshed manually. Refresh by using the icon in the top right corner of each league section, which will appear when hovering over that league schedule, or by refreshing the entire browser page. The gear in the upper right corner opens the Settings dialog box. The Schedule Reload Time setting denotes the time in which the data downloads from the MLB server on the current day, while Scheduled Download Interval is the refresh rate. 6 seconds is the minimum refresh time allowed in the software. Open the main menu in the top left corner using the 3 lines icon. From there, select the Filters page. On this new page, select Create New Filter. In Step 1, select the type of filter. We will start with Score by League. Name the filter descriptively. In Step 2, select the league or leagues from the list that you want to show. Only enabled leagues will appear. Finally, review in the Step 3 and choose Confirm. Next, we will add a new filter for Score by Team. Select Add Filter, name the filter, and choose Score by Team. In Step 2, you will see all the teams from each league you have enabled. You can select teams from across multiple leagues. Review in Step 3 and choose Confirm. Once a filter is added, you are able to edit the filter by selecting anywhere in the row. Filters are listed in alphabetical order. To delete filters, check the box or boxes on the left of each row and choose the Delete icon at the top of the screen. Now that filters are created, click on the main menu and navigate to the Outputs page. Outputs send real-time data to one or more displays. Click Add Output and select an output type. ERTD Scores Expanded allows you to show up to 8 games and do conditional sequences. ERTD Scores show up to 18 games, and MDP Scores is for fixed-digit scoreboards. First, select the expanded output. Name the output and enter a port number. If the port number entered is already in use, that box will highlight itself red to indicate a new port needs to be chosen. Enter the hold time per page. Select Exclude Games Not Started if you do not want to show games that are not in progress. Select Force Output to all caps to ensure that RTD data is all uppercase. In the Filters tab, under Filters, enter the number of games per filter. 8 games per page is the maximum allowed for the expanded feed. Select the type of paging, 1 filter per page or all filters simultaneously. The 3 options in Content Control work as follows. None pages the data as it appears. Select Frame plays a specific frame or layout based on the condition or status of the game, and Start Sequence, which is most common for use with the DMP8000 player. Ensure proper sign numbers are set if using Start Sequence or Select Frame. Refer to your DMP8000 or DMP7000 player for these numbers. When selecting Start Sequence, you must also enter a library name. Refer to your existing SportsBuyer configuration to determine the output number, and use the name output underscore, then the port number. If your previous SportsBuyer configuration utilized output underscore, then a number as a library name, then continue to use that structure with the out-of-town application. Select the filters to be associated with this output. Save and close out of the Output Settings box. You will not be able to confirm changes until both tabs are complete. If any errors are found, the errored section will turn the box red surrounding the area. If you choose more than one filter, you must enter the number of games that add up to 8. For instance, if you have 2 filters selected, your number of games per filtered should be 4. Another output type is ERTD scores. This one is very similar to the expanded, but it does not allow you to use Start Sequence or Select Frame with the data. This filter can show up to 18 games. MDP output is for sending data over serial connection to an MDP or fixed-digit scoreboard. Enter your serial port number. It must be between 1 and 255. Select Max Inning Score at 19 if your fixed-digit scoreboard does not have 2 fully loaded 10 digits. Finally, the brightness will automatically set to full or 15. To edit the output, select anywhere in the row depending on which column you are under will depend on which tab will open first. Enabling and disabling outputs can be done by selecting the Enable slider to the left of each row. The Filters column will indicate how many filters are enabled for each output configured. If no filters are enabled, the indication bubble will be red. Outputs can be copied by selecting the checkbox next to the one you want to copy and pressing the paper icon on top of the output list. This will also make a copy of the selected output. You will need to change the output name, port number, and then any other changes you want to make. For example, to easily change between leagues, if you have an output for AL teams, you can easily copy that output and change the port number and select the NL filter. When making changes on the output page, if the data is already playing to the display, changes will take effect when the data reaches the beginning of the stream. The Daktronics Data Monitor application can be used to monitor a specific port and view the real-time data on your system. This concludes the introduction to out-of-town application. Continue to other videos for information on sports-specific game operation.